Okay, hey, welcome back. In this lesson, I'm gonna show you how to use a food scale to accurately track your calories. I'm gonna show you how to look at the nutrition labels on the back of your foods, and I'm gonna show you how to track foods that don't have nutrition labels and make this super stupid easy for you with a screen recording overlay that is starting in 3, 2, 1, and boom. So you're gonna get to see how I track all this stuff actually in MacroFactor and what it looks like. Just know that tracking accurately is a pretty big deal when it comes to losing weight. If I were to just look at this peanut butter and go, oh yeah, that's 1 tablespoon, and actually pull out 3 tablespoons, instead of logging 90 calories, instead of logging 270 calories, I actually logged 90. And that can kind of throw a wrench in the works when it's a bunch of different foods every single day. That adds up. So tracking accurately is a really great idea. I highly recommend that you invest in a food scale. They're like 20 something bucks. And they're the most accurate way to track your food whenever possible. Okay, so I'll get you to just check out the food scale here. So what we do is we just turn the food scale on to start, and it's gonna show us 0 grams. What you do from there is just throw, let's say, the peanut butter on there if you're having peanut butter, and we can see that this peanut butter weighs 535 grams. I'm just gonna 0 it. And what that does is it just shows now that there's 0 weight on the scale. It completely ignores this weight. And what I can do then is reach into the peanut butter jar and grab some peanut butter. And now we can see, okay, what do I have there? 8 grams. Okay, so I have 8 grams of peanut butter on my spoon. Let's say I'm gonna put that on my toast. And now I'm gonna come into MacroFactor here. I'm gonna click search, and then I look for peanut butter. Basically all these will be the same, but I find this one, okay, smooth peanut butter with salt, cool. Salt is 0 calories, so you don't have to worry about tracking it, by the way. And then I just click grams, and I had 8 grams. So we can see that this is 50 calories worth of peanut butter. I just click add, and now that's in my plate, and I just click log. And there it should be logged for the day. Peanut butter smooth with salt, 48 calories, and we know that we're moving in the right direction for the day. Additionally, there is another way that you can track calories for foods that you're not going to be putting on the food scale. And that's like this. Let's imagine that I had my plate here. I had my plate on the scale with a piece of toast on it. What I can do after that is I can just click 0. And now I've got my toast and my plate that has 0 grams on it. And then what I can do is just take some peanut butter and spread the peanut butter on the toast and lay it on there. And it would say 8 grams or however many grams of peanut butter that I had on there. And then I could see that, okay, there's 8 grams of peanut butter difference, and then I could track it like that. A lot of other foods, for example, bread, and a lot of other foods that are prepackaged will have nutrition labels on the back. So it'll say 1 slice of this bread is 150 calories, or 1 slice of this bread is 200 calories. And an easy way to make that happen with MacroFactor is you click plus, and then you click this barcode button, and then you just look for the barcode right there. Boom, it brings up the exact meal, the exact food that I had. I could have done this earlier when I was logging this food, but I just want to show you that you can search for stuff too. And then you just find out the serving that you had. So in this case, I had 8 grams of peanut butter, but if I had 1 slice of bread, I could just put 1 slice of prepackaged bread. This is not going to work if you buy just a random sliced bread from a bakery. In that case, what I would do is just put the bread on the thing, find sourdough bread, and enter how many grams of bread you had. Okay, next up, foods, other foods that don't have nutrition labels, more of the same stuff really. I have this potato here. I 0 the scale, so it says 0. I put that on there. I can see that this potato has 158 grams. Now all I gotta do is find potato. It should be in my recent because I eat a lot of potato. Okay, and then I click grams, 158 grams. This potato has 158 calories. I log it, and I see that this whole meal has 241 calories in it, and I'm on the right track for the day. This is a very weird lunch, but yeah, that's essentially the basics of how you might track calories in your kitchen when you have access to a food scale. In some of the upcoming lessons, we're gonna talk about how to track calories when you don't have a food scale and you're, let's say, at a family's event for dinner, or you're out at a restaurant and you don't know the calories that are in something. But for the most part, you should be able to log just about anything you eat by weighing it on your scale in the kitchen. If you're having cereal for breakfast, you put your bowl on there, you click 0, and then you weigh out the cereal that you had, and then you scan the barcode of the cereal box, and it says, okay, Frosted Flakes. And you say, I had 150 grams. Enter. It'll tell you exactly how many calories are in there and everything. You don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to guess. One more quick note that I will tell you about is liquid calories. You should be cautious about adding too many calories to your diet from liquids like cream and milk in your coffee and things like that. But it's not a big deal. You can just put a cup on the scale, 0 it, and then I'm like, okay, well, how much milk did I have? I don't know, that much. I look and I see, oh, that's 200 grams of milk. To keep things really easy, you can just call that 200 milliliters. Again, I click the barcode here. Oh, there's my milk. Goes like that. Oh, popped up really quick. I had 200 mils of milk. That's 100 calories right there. And in this way, you can measure everything you eat to a very high degree of accuracy, whether it's sugar or a piece of cooked salmon, a glass of milk, peanut butter, 1 egg, something like that. You don't have to weigh eggs. You can just say 1 egg. And then one last common mistake that I will highlight for you is about cooked versus raw. So in the case of the potato here, when I weighed out that potato and I saw that it weighed 158 grams, I made sure to find an entry in MacroFactor that actually said potato raw. And I made sure to match the raw weight with the raw entry. So if I cook this potato, it may change its weight and it may actually be 200 grams or 100 grams after it finishes cooking. In that case, if I'm weighing it afterwards and I weigh a cooked potato, I need to make sure I find a cooked potato in the MacroFactor food database. The same thing with rice and the same thing with pasta. If I weigh out 100 grams of uncooked or raw rice and track that, that's going to be a very different calorie value to 100 grams of cooked rice or cooked pasta. Those are two wildly different values. So just make sure when you're tracking the weight of something raw, you are logging it raw. And when you're tracking the weight of something cooked, you are tracking a cooked entry in the MacroFactor database. Don't make that mistake, otherwise you might find yourself blowing out the calorie budget for some odd reason. Okay, hopefully that gives you a really good, clear overview of how to track calories using MacroFactor, how to log it in the app, how to use a food scale, and everything top to bottom. And if you have any questions about how to do this stuff whatsoever, please, again, just post it in the Facebook group, because I will jump in and literally make a video for your specific situation if you need me to. I'm sure I can help you figure this out. The first time you use this food scale, or for the first week, it might feel like a lot of headache and a lot of work, but after time, you'll have the foods memorized in MacroFactor, and you can just hit add recent, and you can weigh out the same amount of peanut butter and the same slice of bread every single day, and it becomes less and less work. So the first week will be the hardest. It takes some adjusting and some learning, but once you get it, you got it. And yeah, this is really the hardest part of the whole thing. So if you can crush this, you're gonna do awesome. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next lesson.